Welcome back to the daily grind. Today we're not installing really anything, just a little bit of wood, but it is actually a repair. Shaw has deemed this, not the entire floor, but sections of it bad. So the claim went through and we are doing some replacement on random spots throughout this floor. So I don't really care about doing stuff like this, but sometimes you got to do stuff. So anyway, let's turn around and see what we got going on. So looky here. Hear that? Just a whole bunch of stuff like that. And there's a ridge right here that we're going to address. This has already been dealt with, and it kind of stinks because these three runs right here have already been replaced and are glued down, so that's going to make it real troublesome. I mean, this floor is just creaking and popping all over the place. It just sounds awful. I can definitely agree that I would not want to live with that. I mean, this is super nice looking floor, but it just creaks and pops and squeaks and all kinds of stuff. There's high spots, right there's a high spot. So I'm gonna just take, what I'm gonna do here, I'm just gonna take a little section out, probably from right there, past the hump, wherever it is, I can't see it now, but from over here, right in here, I'm gonna see what's going on with that area. Down over here, got a hump right there. And he said this was glued down, so that's not going to be no fun. So this thing has already been, like I said, repaired 2 other times, I think. We actually came back out here ourselves about 6 months ago, and that's when I was like, I need to get the manufacturer involved with this because this is just not working. Even the boards that has been replaced are still creaking and popping and stuff, so it was definitely the wood. Some of the actual wear layer, not just the wear layer, but the top laminated piece on it, veneer or whatever you want to call it, is even coming up on some of them. So what's this right here? Right here. Just got a bubble right there where the whole, hear that? Whole finish is coming up. It's just like the top veneer, that is. And that's not going to be fun because that one, we're going to have to take the face of the cabinet off right there so we don't booger that up to get it out. Over here, let's see. There was somewhere where the board was cracking all up. I think it's this one right here. I tried to fill it last time we was out here, but still just ain't happy with it. So we're gonna get rid of that one. Yeah, that's it. You can see right there. There, it really shows up in the phone. Big crack. So we'll be replacing that board because it's cracking all up. And just random spots all over here. I mean, look at this. It's all cupped up. It looks like a washboard, honestly. But they're only replacing some of it. Right there. that ridge right there we're going to address. Also, right there. So we're going to take care of that. And this is it. I guess we'll be taking care of that too. This is just, my goodness. And in here is a spot where the board, oh, yep, you can see it right here. So see the light edges right there where the board is just boogered all up. I guess it's just flaking off too. We're going to be replacing that board. Ooh, look at it all the way down. Just that one board, the whole side of it there's all jacked up. Okay. So, fun. That's what we got going on today. Lots of repair work. So, let's get to it. Got our cut made. We got our Y cut here. And you can see how close I got using my circular saw. See this little dust port? It goes on my little DeWalt saw, and I got it set to the correct depth so that I don't just cut all the way through the floor and stuff. But anyway, I stopped about a 1/2 inch, and then I got close to the corner with Oscar right there. Same thing up here. I got as close as I could with my circular saw to about here. Then I finished it up with Oscar. Now we're just gonna start pulling this up. This will come up, this will come up, and then this will come up and come out last. That way this will fold up like a page, that'll fold up like a page, and then this should be free. That way we don't booger any of these surrounding boards as we're getting this out. So you can see how it gets right to the corner here without damaging anything. That's the purpose of this Y cut right there. And I use my 5-1 to get down in the crack right there. That way I don't have to beat it to death with a pry bar. Now this side, because the tongue is here, should be stapled into that one. So this one might be a little rougher to get out, we'll see. Because it does have staples in the tongue. Just kind of working it out there. We don't want to cause any more problems than what we already have. Got a little gap here now, so I'm just going to put my 5-1 in the crack, knock it that way. These little tools right here. These are super handy. Super duper handy. There we go. There we go. Okay. Now this should be free. Right on out there. There we go. And you can see that this gentleman used, looks like 20 gauge cleats to put this down rather than staples. So it's always a good thing. I think cleats are better for most situations. Alrighty, there we have the board out. We'll go ahead and see how many more we need to take out and go from there. Okay, we got a nice little section tore up right here. We still got to do more in order to get these back. I got to get this one out, this one out, this one out, and that one out in order to weave this back together. But this is what I wanted to see. I got a nice section up right here, and the cleats pulled out, and I want to see what the subfloor looks like under the paper. See if it was cleaned up nicely. Be real careful not to drop anything. Don't tear that up, just pull it back out of the way. And we'll take this back and see what's going on here. This is still a little bit high here, and a little bit high right there. A nail beat over it right there. Feels pretty clean though. Did a good job cleaning it, but we got a little high spot here and a high spot right there as well. Alright. This guy is a good guy, the guy that installed this and everything like that. But I think we can all see the issue here. Okay. And it's no wonder that Shaw only, I was talking to the homeowner a while ago, and he said that they only actually deemed defective 2 boards out of this. And this is why, I'm sure. Got all these creaking spots, and you see the issue. 6 3/8 wide, nailed with cleats. Okay. Just in case you're not sure what I'm talking about, any board that is 5 inches wide or wider is supposed to be glue assisted or full spread with glue. I've never glue assisted. Anytime I have that variance, wherever I have to either glue assist or full spread, I always full spread, just so that I'm not dealing with anything like that. So this is, that's the problem. This is 6 3/8 wide, and it's nailed down. Should have been glued or at least glue assisted. Had this been prepped out properly, these joints and stuff would be no high spots. If it had been full spread, no creaking, no popping or anything like that. I have to deem this installer error. Okay. All right, we now have this all cleaned up, leveled out. I put a square on this seam here to make sure it didn't teeter-totter. Same over here. We got it all sanded, clean, vacuumed. Now we are ready to spread some glue and put it back. Same thing over here. Leveled out that little joint right there. You can see where they did have it glued down. Those last few boards, these 3 rows right here that I took up, actually were glued down. So got that all ready to go. And we are using, let's see here, this is what we're using to go back down, is the Dry Tech right there. So let's spread some glue and put some boards in. Actually, I might put some boards in first. I think that's what I'll do, is I'll put some boards in first, make sure we're gonna get it all fit, cut. Then I will spread some glue after I get stuff dry fit. All right, so I did not dry fit them. I just laid them there. I didn't want to have to fight getting them in and then fight getting them out, take a chance on messing them up. So I just got everything laid there, made sure that the tongues and grooves were going to work. See how I got them actually all put together there, except for that last one, the last board that I put in. I took and shaved the tongue off of that end, and I shaved the bottom groove off of this one here so it can be placed right down in the glue. And what I did, so I don't get them mixed up, you can see I got numbers. I'll start with that one, 1, 2, 3, so on and so on, all the way up to number 11. So fixing to pull these out, spread some glue, and then put them back. We got all that over there, took care of. All full spread glue, put back in place, fixing to clean. They actually are cleaning that up over there and fixing to put the coil round back, move the bed back and all that stuff. I am now taking care of this one. I don't know what time it is. We still got a couple, what time you got there?
2:26.
2:26, maybe, we'll see. Might have time to get in there, I don't know. Anyway, this stuff is definitely, you just gotta be chill, working with glue and tearing out and putting back. You just don't want to do more damage than you're here to repair. So you definitely got to be chill and just take your time. Take your time. It's honestly, it's kind of a pain in the hiney too. But having the proper tools for set definitely makes it easier. This thing right here is one thing that you must have for doing stuff like this. You see those little bolts that's sticking out of the bottom there, them 4 little buttons. Boom, 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 boom. I can make that as high or as low as I want to keep my block from getting all the way down in the glue. And I can put it on a drill if I need to, but this is just going beautifully now. Definitely a little bit of a problem getting started, getting them weaved in and stuff. It's always a pain in the hiney, but we got it going on now, so everything is going smooth. Get these back down in there. It's just as simple as tap, 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 ta, 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 and once again, my last board, I have the bottom tongue ripped off of it, or the bottom groove, rather, ripped off of it. I'll show you that in just a second. This is the last one that's going in here. I take and rip that bottom tongue off right there. You might get a better look right there. So instead of having a groove where the tongue will slide in, I just take the bottom one off. So it'll fold right down there like a page. Let me show you what I'm talking about. I got my tongue on, and I will place it right in there in the groove of the other board. And before it goes all the way down in the goo, I'm going to take my block and tap it tight. There we go. Now we should be able, I don't know, that might be what the deal was. This was bucked up right there. Honestly, I might have to take and shave that off just a bit. This was, he had already replaced this once. I don't know if the floor swelled or what. It looks like I'm about an 1/8 inch tight right there. So let me take a look at this, see if I got any more room to knock these together. And it looks like they are pretty tight. So what I'm probably going to do is take that out there to my saw, put a little rip on it, shave just a tiny bit off of that, then put it down in there. So that's what I'm going to do. When I get back in here with it, we will go from there. Okay, so because I had to shave some off the back of this, I had to also shave some off the back of that, my groove there. So now that I got that there, I'm going to run my stain right on that edge right there. That way it's going to look like it did when it comes from the factory. Okay, let's see how this fits now. Hopefully it'll go on in there nicely. Let's see. Oh, just beautiful, just beautiful. Just a snug, witty fit there. Just what we wanted. Because that's not locked in, I'm going to take and put just a couple pins in it, mostly right on the end where it'll be covered by the 1/4 round. Do that on all of these that I just put in. I will also, because there is no groove holding this together, I'm going to mash down here, put a pin there, put a pin there, and a pin there. And I will take my stain marker, thank you sir, and just put a little drop right in there. I'll wipe it off the surface. Same thing there, wipe it off the surface, and same, just to get that where you're not seeing raw wood down in there. That's it. We're gonna put this quarter round back. Cha-cha! All right, so for doing one board, you see I cut the tongue off. There, the tongue. Cut the bottom lip off there, and also on the other end, I also cut the bottom lip off. That way it'll just fold right down in there. Only thing I want to do now is cut that out, make sure there is no other rough spots before I try to put it in there. These single planks are nice and easy to do.